Hey Carly, I'm just coming by. Can we have a quick chat?
Oh, hey, Skyla.
I totally have no offense to you. I'm just really interested in this topic. I'm curious why you Chinese seem to be very conservative and serious. I mean, we all share the same interest in art design, and I found it really enjoyable to work with you. But a lot of Chinese are just behaving the way I mentioned conservative, serious. I can tolerate with view of some of these, but the others, I'm just not feeling pretty well about that.
It's pretty sudden when you came and asked me about this, huh? I even sometimes found that what you've said about Chinese people is somehow uncomfortable to me. Since I experienced international education earlier than most of them did, maybe I'm just being influenced less by the Chinese set of ideology than they did. By the way, this is such an interesting topic. Why don't we think deeply about the aspects related to what's behind such set of thinking?
Oh, yeah, sure. What aspects? Carly, I found out that you like social studies analysis a lot. Do you think that it is history or some belief or identity like nationalism which gave you guys such ideological mindset?
Right, it's nationalism which bounded people in the nation together with a certain way of thinking. From what I have learned, modern Chinese nationalism is majorly revolving around the ideology of Prime Minister Mao Zedong. Such belief is called Maoism, which is a socialist belief propagating the value of high obedience towards central control. Tracing back to such values' origin, it is necessary to mention the long-lasting belief of Confucianism throughout Chinese history, which had a lot of focus on reverence toward the elders and the ones with supreme power. On the other hand, China had experienced a monarchical government or monarchical governing for thousands of years. Surely, such belief shaped the ideology we have for a better societal development, which is now inheriting in our current Prime Minister Xi Jinping's publicizing. Far as I know, during the time being a student in Chinese schools, we are often being told with those values through listening to his important speeches. Such values are all linking to the obedience and strong emphasis on collective power of human. I believe through learning these words, it contributed to shaping our modern Chinese identity, our nationalism belief, which influenced how we are acting like. Being conservative when speaking our voices aloud, it's probably influenced by such strong emphasis on central control and compliance. I hope you can understand this point.
Yeah, I agree with what happened in Chinese history, and I understand how it can probably affect the later beliefs. It's just, there's still something I didn't get about how this ideology lasted. I mean, I believe Mao is a really successful leader who laid the foundation for China's prosperity and influenced Chinese people's thinking for generations. But I still can't get the point of what exactly happened in your history leading to such strong impact to people's minds. Can you further elaborate on this?
Sorry that I didn't mention. Nationalism needs to have the foster of societal change, which ignited people's willingness of finding self-identity. In fact, in the modern history of China, the ideology of people had experienced a dramatic change. In the past, China had long been a country almost completely isolated from the rest of the world. When the advanced and unfamiliar ideas fluctuated into China, combined with unequal treaties regarding to trade set by the foreigners during that time, such humiliation rekindled and increased people's willingness of demonstrating self-identity through revolutions. Nationalism thus was presented and influenced a lot of upcoming ideology for people. With such ideology penetrated in education for future generation, that probably led you to the point for seeing why Chinese are behaving in a certain way right now.
Wow, thanks for sharing. I'm just now wondering how nationalism can be both positive and negative when coming to the place of influencing individuals, being in its process. Sure, nationalism bonded people together, progressing with the same set of ideology and belief. But sometimes there might be something that can make other people feel too inflexible and too intolerable. Maybe those things can only be understood through conversations like what we just had.
Indeed, it's my pleasure to talk with you about such an interesting topic. Oh, there is a creative writing project popping up here related to the journey of finding cultural identity coming soon. I need to start working on my own now. Bye!
Good luck for your writing project!